system is transportation system. In human being, transportation of oxygen, nutrients, hormones and others to the tissues and carbon dioxide to the lungs, waste to the kidneys is carried out by circulatory system. So the circulatory system, it includes blood vascular system and lymphatic system. Blood vascular system includes blood, blood vessels and heart. Lymphatic system includes lymph, lymph vessels, lymph nodes. Now let us discuss about blood. Blood have two components, plasma and blood cells. Plasma forms about 55% of blood and blood cells form about 45%. Out of this 55% plasma, water is 90% and other substances are 10%. These other substances include salts, hormones, minerals, vitamins, protein, carbohydrates, waste material, etc. Blood cells. There are three types of blood cells in our blood: RBCs or red blood corpuscles, or we can call them erythrocytes. WBCs, white blood corpuscles, or we can call that leukocytes. Platelets, these are the smallest one and these are also called as thrombocytes. Now plasma. In plasma, the specific protein fibrinogen is present. So the plasma without fibrinogen is called as serum. Then blood corpuscles. In these two type of blood corpuscles are there, and these are the differences between, like RBCs are small and biconcave, WBCs larger than RBCs and they don't have any regular shape. RBCs, as we can see the name of these type of corpuscles, red blood corpuscles, they are red in color due to the presence of the pigment hemoglobin. WBCs, which are called as white blood corpuscles, but they are colorless. Then in RBCs, nucleus absent, WBCs, nucleus is present. Lifespan of RBCs 120 days and lifespan of WBCs 3 to 4 days. The main function of RBC is transportation of oxygen and the main function of WBC is protection of the body from the infections. The third type of blood cells, they are platelets. They are also smaller and then the structure is biconvex. These are colorless. Lifespan of platelets 1 to 2 days. Nucleus absent and they help in clotting of blood.
Let's discuss about functions of blood. Mainly blood carries different substances within the body. Blood carries first oxygen from lungs and distribute each and every cells and tissue of the body. Second, blood carries carbon dioxide from the body parts and sent back to the lungs. Blood also carries digestive food. From the villi, digested food is absorbed and sent to the blood and blood distribute digestive food each and every part of the cell of the body. Again, blood carries hormones also from the glands to different part of the bodies, and blood also carries urea. Urea is a waste. It is produced in liver and from the liver it's sent to the kidney for excretion. Functions of the blood is second, WBC, white blood cells present in the blood and these WBC produce antibodies. Antibodies are the specific type of cells, or we can say chemically they are proteins, and these antibodies kill pathogens. Pathogens are the foreign particles which causes diseases. So antibodies kill these pathogens and provide immunity. Immunity is a power of body to fight against pathogens and protect the body. So in this way WBC protect us from pathogens. Next is blood regulates body temperature. Blood also helps to regulate or maintain body temperature in human body. Human body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, and blood helps in this process and maintain body temperature. Platelets also present in the blood. These are the minute particles, and platelets clot the blood. Due to this clotting of the blood, after injury, blood stops and bleeding stops, and excessive loss of blood is prevented. So these are some functions of blood. Talking about blood vessels. Blood vessels are the tubes-like structure through which blood circulates in the body. In case of human, circulatory system is closed, means blood always circulate within the vessels or tube-like structures. There are three types of blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Now we discuss about the difference between arteries and veins. Arteries and veins, the difference between both of them. Arteries walls are thick and veins walls are thin. Arteries thick wall because arteries carry oxygenated blood along with the high blood pressure. Veins carries deoxygenated blood with low blood pressure. So arteries has thick wall, tolerate high blood pressure. Veins has thin wall because blood transported by veins having low blood pressure. What is the path of arteries? Arteries always take blood from heart and distribute to the body parts. On the other hand, veins take blood from the body parts and send back to the heart. Just opposite path. Arteries carry oxygenated blood, means amount of oxygen is high. This is also known as pure blood. Veins carry deoxygenated blood, means amount of oxygen is comparatively less and carbon dioxide is more. Arteries situated deep inside the body, and veins situated just below the skin. So we can observe only veins, but arteries are very deep inside the body. Next is, in arteries, valves are absent because arteries carry high pressure blood. So blood pressure is very high, so chances of backflow of blood is absent, so valves are also absent. In case of veins, valves are present because veins carry low pressure blood. If pressure in the blood is low, chances of backflow of blood is more. So these valves present in veins prevent the backflow of blood and maintain the flow of blood stream. Third blood vessel, this is capillaries, or these are capillaries. Wall of capillaries are very thin, extra thin, because they help in the exchange of substances: oxygen, carbon dioxide, waste materials, hormones, ions, water. So capillaries walls are very thin, and because of thin wall they can easily help in the exchange of substances. And capillaries connect arteries to veins and veins to arteries. So these are the three blood vessels. First artery, second vein, and third capillary.